Hi guys, this is actually a refilm of yesterday's video because I posted yesterday's video last night and I got a comment saying that it did not have my face in the video, so now I am gonna have to refilm the entire thing and make sure that my face is in it, and yeah, that's what I'm doing now. It's been like a month since I posted videos and I'm sorry about that. I keep saying I'm gonna post and then it never happens, so I'm trying to get that fixed and, get myself on a schedule and whatever, but today we're going to be talking about A Vision of Shadows. Yes, the worst Warriors series, in my opinion, that was ever written. And we're going to be talking about a long list of reasons why it's the worst. So this list is really long, and it also includes a lot of spoilers. So if you are not looking for any spoilers for Warriors whatsoever, especially if you plan on reading Vision of Shadows, I'd recommend not using this, or not watching this, I don't recommend that you watch this video if you're planning on reading it, even though I really don't recommend it. But, I mean, if you want to read it, then cool. And also, what else was I gonna say? Also, there are some spoilers to the Broken Code. Slightly, there's not like a ton of them, but if you don't want any spoilers for the beginning, then don't watch this video. And if you just don't care, then watch this video. Okay, on with the video now. So, first thing I have written down here is that half of it is just the leaders arguing. Literally, at least the last 3 books of the series, and even like the earlier books, are mostly just the leaders arguing about, oh no, what are we gonna do? There's this new clan in the forest, how are we gonna fix our borders? And things like that. And it's really annoying, honestly, because it just really makes the series boring. Like, literally, all the chapters, pretty much, in the last few books, was just them talking and arguing and yelling at each other over Sky Clan and Visions and other stuff. So, that's the first reason why I don't recommend it. Trust me, it's really kind of boring at those parts. So next is, it lacks originality. And I should have mentioned this, I think this is what I forgot to mention, I was trying to remember at the beginning of the video. But some of these are like plot elements, and some of them are just the books in general. So the first one was basically the books in general and kind of plot. This one is just in general. It really does lack originality. So the first thing that it does that's really not original is the plot of the series is kind of the same as all the other series. I mean, one cat gets a vision, and of course it's a ThunderClan cat, and then they go on a quest and they find something out, and then there's more prophecies and visions throughout the rest of the series, and then everything ends well at the end. Ends well at the end. That's a strange way to put it, but that's what I say. And also, another thing that's really not original about it is the fact that the closing border thing was used twice. No, not once, but twice. RiverClan closed their borders, and so did WindClan, so it felt overused, and the names lacked originality, but I'll get to that. So the next thing is actually about the Warrior Code. Breaking the Warrior Code and the Medicine Cat Code is a common theme. It is, throughout the entire series. There's a lot of characters who break the Warrior Code, or they say they're going to break the Warrior Code, and then the other characters are like, no, you can't do that, that's against the Warrior Code, but then, they still break the code several times, and also the Medicine Cat Code was almost broken several times, and it actually was broken, I think, a couple times in the series somewhere. I'm sure there was a breaking of the Medicine Cat Code, because there always is somewhere in there. And it was just kind of annoying because, all the cats seemed so passionate about keeping this Warrior Code in the first couple of, book series, and then all of a sudden in Vision of Shadows they're like, oh, it's okay, we don't need to honor a code that was made by old cats that are now in StarClan. Who needs that anyway? They all of a sudden just decided to stop obeying it, I guess? I don't know. So the next thing is that Rowan Star willingly gave up his important leader duties. I'm very angry with Rowan Star for that. So Rowan Star was leader of Shadow Clan at the beginning of the series. Well, he was leader of Shadow Clan in Bramblestar Storm and then A Vision of Shadows. But what ended up happening was, after Darktail took over, Rowan Star was like, I'm just gonna abandon my clan. Because I can't handle this. It's too much. No one trusts me anymore. I'm just gonna go back to being a warrior. I never want to be a leader again. Which, that's really unfortunate, because he started out so strong. Like, he was such a strong character in the beginning and such a strong leader. And then all of a sudden he just kind of gave up. Like, he was like, nope, I don't want to do this anymore, so I'm giving up on my entire clan. That's pretty sad. It really is. So the next one is that Shadow Clan too easily trusts Darktail. I don't know why I listed all the Shadow Clan things together. I think that was kind of an accident. But basically what ended up happening was, Darktail, I almost said Sky Clan took over Darktail's territory, and I was like, no, wait, that's not accurate. Darktail took over Sky Clan's territory, and the Lost Clan pretty much scattered and ran away. And when he did this, he he stayed there for a while. Then he found out about the clans from, I think, Alder Paw and Needle Paw or something. And then he ended up coming to Shadow Clan, and they just, he made it sound so good, and none of them suspected anything. They just openly trusted him. They were just like, oh, yeah, this cat sounds great. Let's just stop trusting our own leader and go to him. The only ones who actually stayed were Tigerheart and Tawny Pelt, and I think, Dawn Pelt, but she ended up dying. And I think there was, a few other cats, but I mean, most of Shadow Clan just kind of trusted him, and they didn't suspect him for anything, even though he was a rogue cat. So, that seems messed up. The next one is kind of character and plot both. Jayfeather doesn't let Alderheart decipher his own vision, saying he's too young. Wow, Jayfeather, way to make your apprentice feel appreciated. He comes in oh wow, I got this great vision! And then you just come up to him sorry, you don't get to decipher it, I'll just do it for you. And he's just like, wow, Jayfeather, thanks, I feel so appreciated. That's probably not what happened. Because Alderpaw, when he was an apprentice, he had a vision about something. I think it was embrace what you find in the shadows, for only they can clear the sky. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. And Jayfeather thought that he was too young to decipher it, but what's weird is that Jaypaw, I almost said Jayfeather again, Jaypaw in Power of 3 had a vision at that age and was able to decipher it when he was barely even 6 moons old. So how does that make any sense? That seems really messed up. Violet Shine seems too young to have kids. This one, more of Violet Shine waited so long to become a warrior, and then all of a sudden she just wanted to be a nursery queen. She waited forever. She waited so much longer than she should have to become Violet Shine of Sky Clan, and then she was like, I don't want to be a warrior, I'll just have kids instead. And it seems kind of messed up. I mean, she and Twig Branch both waited kind of the same amount of time, but Twig Branch waited a lot longer. But I mean, around the same amount of time they waited to be warriors, and then Violet Shine just kind of gave it up right away. And I don't like Tree, but I'll get to that. The next one's actually about her sister, Twig Branch, which, that's sort of a weird name, but I do still like the name Twig Branch. It works, I guess. Twig Branch keeps switching clans. This was very annoying. I get that she was undecided. She was certainly a conflicted character at that point of the series where she just didn't know where to go. But why would you switch clans 3 times? Because she started out as Twigkit, or Twigpaw, of ThunderClan, and then she moved to Sky Clan because she wanted to be with Violet Shine and Hawkwing, and then she moved back to ThunderClan with Finleap, but why would you switch 3 times? And the next one is actually not something I wrote down, but it kind of goes with this one. She had to do her apprenticeship 3 times. That seems really messed up. she did an apprenticeship with ThunderClan, and then she was about to, like, I think she was close to becoming a warrior. Then she switched to SkyClan and was about to become a warrior. Then she stopped her own warrior ceremony, ran off to ThunderClan with Finleap, and she had to do her apprenticeship again. How is that fair? It seems so unfair to me. So the next one was about Alderheart again. And it's Alderheart liking Velvet was sweet, but also seemed kinda messed up because, I mean, the medicine cat code. So Velvet was this kitty pet that her two-leg den flooded, or her house, her people's house, I guess. And it flooded, and she fled to ThunderClan, and Alderheart was like treating her wounds, I think, and then they kind of liked each other, and it was really cute, honestly. Like, Velvet was a really sweet cat, and I did like her as a character, but it breaks the medicine cat code, and there are so many other breaking the medicine cat code type things that it seemed a little bit too overused. I should have included that in the whole lacks originality thing, but I put it separate for some reason, because I guess I just didn't think of it. The next one is also about medicine cats. Why do I keep listing all these things together in, like, categories? I don't know why I did that. I just kind of wrote whatever came to my mind, and this happened to come to my mind next. And it's Leafpool was the only one going to other clans, even after Alderheart proved himself. So I did kind of discuss this in my first Confusing Things About Warriors video. If you guys haven't seen that, then, I want to say I'll put a link in the description, but I don't know how to do that, so... It's somewhere on my channel, though. Leafpool's the only one who does any of the traveling. Like, Jayfeather doesn't even go anywhere. And even after Alderheart did all this stuff, and he went on this whole quest and all that, he didn't even get to go to any of the other clans, even after, like, he wanted to. I think the only time he ever did was with Puddleshine, but Puddleshine was brought back to ThunderClan, so that doesn't really count. So this next one is interesting, and I couldn't find the right way to describe this, so here we go. Violet Shine's obsession, for lack of a better word. I couldn't think of the right word. Like, I don't think obsession's the right word, but at the same time I don't know what is. So, her, whatever it was, I couldn't think of the word, over Needletail was annoying. So, I think it's more of like, you know, she was best friends with Needletail, and then she lost her, because if you read the series, you would know that Needletail actually died in the earlier books when she was with Violet Shine in the weird rogue Shadow Clan. And Violet Shine was, like, always thinking about her and always sad and, like, wondering if she ever reached the Dark Clan. And then Needletail finally left when she showed Violet Shine to Tree, whom I don't like, as I've mentioned. Then it kind of stopped being a theme in the series, but it was just really annoying for the first few books, because I get it, like, she lost her best friend. I'm sure that was devastating. I'd be really sad if I lost one of my friends, for sure. But they just, like, I don't know, I feel like Needletail was really kind of an annoying character. I didn't like her much as a character, and yeah, like, she was kind of a good character and kind of not. This next one, it's kind of funny. I don't know. Some of the cats had very weird names. I actually wrote some of them down. So one of them is Needletail, which kind of fits the natural naming system and kind of doesn't, because, well, it does because of, like, pine needles, you know? But the others that I wrote down really don't. Podlight. What does that even mean? That definitely doesn't seem very natural sounding to me. And Fringepaw. Really? Fringepaw? That's what you're gonna resort to after you run out of name? And Fidget Flake? Is that natural just because of the flake part? It just makes no sense. So the next one is about Tree. Oh boy, Tree. So Tree is made out to be this super great hero, because if you'll remember from the series, I mean, if you've read it, that is, which most of you, if you're watching this video, you probably have. But, there was a cat named Tree who was like, you know, this loner cat, and, he, like, what was I gonna say? he was like this loner cat who, he had 6 toes on one of his paws, and so the clan cats thought that he was like super special because he was supposed to be like this 6-toed cat and whatever, and I mean that sounded like he was going to be really heroic, but turns out he was actually a super lazy cat. Like, he was so lazy. I mean, he was a mediator, but does that really count? That's just laying around and talking to the leaders. That's all he does. And the rest of the time, he makes no effort to help his clan, like, none at all. No effort whatsoever, and it's really annoying, and that's why I don't like him. And I've said the word annoying so many times in this video, but that's the only way I can really describe it. The next one's about StarClan. And just because we're on the subject of StarClan, I actually talked about Ashfur in my Confusing Things video about warriors, which I need to make a part 2 of, by the way, because there's more stuff. And some of it was actually, like, the same stuff that I wrote down here, but anyway, Ashfur was in StarClan, and I hated that, and I really remind myself of my friend when I do that, because I have, like, this friend that does this when she's trying to make a point to someone. But anyway, I didn't like that Ashfur was in StarClan at all. I felt that he should have been in the Dark Forest. He really should have, Aaron Hunter. What have you done? But he wasn't, so yeah, he's just kind of, I guess maybe he was forgiven or something, but I don't really like that ending. I wanted him to go to the Dark Forest because I didn't like him. I'm not going to go any further into that, though, because that's not related to Vision of Shadows. So, what is related to Vision of Shadows, though, is that StarClan does absolutely nothing, in most of the books anyway, to help the clans. Instead, lamenting over how everything is being destroyed. That's literally all they do except for Yellowfang, which I'll get to in a moment. But most of StarClan, like, no offense, Blue Star, no offense, Running Wind, or whoever else is in StarClan, no offense, Feathertail, and no, I was about to say Spotted Leaf, but she's gone. Spotted Leaf's gone. Alright, so most of StarClan, they just kind of sat around, like, being sad. They were just like, oh no, our clan's falling apart. And they, like, didn't really do anything to fix it, honestly. They just kind of were upset about it for half the series. And now I'm going to get to Yellowfang, because that kind of goes with this one. Yellowfang's the only cat actually helping the clans. Like, she actually, like, you know, she's doing the work, basically. Because she's always trying to help Jayfeather, and she tells him, no telling Cinderheart that she's Cinderpelt. That's what she actually told him, which, that's kind of messed up and kind of cool, because, like, how can a cat just come back to life as another cat? I don't really get that, but it was also really cool to see that in the series. And, like, the rest of StarClan doesn't do anything. Yellowfang's the only one that explains things or actually makes any progress whatsoever. Next one's about Leaf Star. Not Leaf Pool, Leaf Star, of SkyClan. Leaf Star makes almost no effort to find her lost clanmates. So she kinda does, like, you know, she looks for them maybe, like, twice. But most of the time, she just kinda, like, gets all sad because they're gone and, you know, all that. But she doesn't really look for them that much. Like, she kinda does, but then she just kinda gives up until Bramblestar comes along, and then ThunderClan's the hero because they find Frecklewish and Fidget Flake, and I'm not sure who else because it's been a while since I read the series. But yeah. Oh, the next one's actually about ThunderClan. Interesting. It's kind of interesting that I wrote some of these, like, back to back. Like, there's some that go with others, and I just kind of wrote them that way. I don't know why. They just kind of came to my mind, I guess, and I wrote them down in that order. So the next one is that ThunderClan once again gets all the spotlight, except the plot with Violetshine. So, for most of the series, like, you know, Warriors Prophecies Begin, and then the New Prophecy, and then Power of Three, and then Omen of the Stars, and now Vision of Shadows, there's always main characters that are ThunderClan, and there's no other clan really shown except for maybe Flametail and Omen of the Stars, and Violetshine in this series, but honestly, I really think that they should let some other characters have the spotlight instead of always being ThunderClan apprentices. I've noticed that in all the books except for I did read the beginning of A Broken Code, or The Broken Code, and there are some other characters featured. There's like a Sky Clan cat, I think there's like a Shadow Clan cat or something. I don't know, I haven't read the rest of it, even though I probably should, because one of my friends said it was really good. This next one is kind of more in general than plot, because a lot of the rest were plot based, but everyone acts like this shared vision or whatever is going to solve all their problems out of nowhere. Like, literally out of nowhere. So there's this shared vision that the medicine cats have at the beginning of the series, and I guess all of the other cats think that it's just going to solve everything because they're just like, oh, what about the vision? Wait, you forgot to think about the vision. Hey, did you think about the vision? Ooh, what would the vision tell us to do? Like, that's all they ever say. It gets kind of, like, annoying in the later books, especially since it doesn't really, like, get them anywhere. You know, like, that vision really doesn't help them much other than finding Violet Shine and Twig Branch in the shadows. And that's it. So it's not all that significant. So the next thing, I thought it was going to be the last thing, but it actually was not the last thing, and it was like third to last. So next I wrote, Finleap was sort of forcing Twig Branch to like be his mate and have kids, which is really rude. And this kind of ruined Twigleap, I feel like, because I loved Twigleap. I absolutely loved it. Like, it was just really great. I was really hoping Twigleap would be more of a thing in like the Broken Code. But, like, then they have this big argument, which was really disappointing, and, like, Twig Branch wasn't ready for any kits yet, because, I mean, they just become warriors. Like, they waited so long for that. And he was just being all rude about it, and it kind of ruined it, but I guess it's just part of his personality. Mittens, again with the meowing. I'm not letting you in. She meowed yesterday when I was filming as well. Okay. Now that meowing's over. So the next thing, Mittens! No! I said no! Okay, now that she's stopped meowing. Mittens! Every time I say you stop meowing, you continue meowing. Stop it! Okay. So the next thing was second to last because I thought it was going to be the last thing again, but there's another one. So this one is Tiger Wing continues. Ugh, Tiger Wing. At first I kind of liked Tiger Wing, which, if you didn't know, it's Tiger Heart and Dove Wing. But then I did not like it so much anymore, because then Tiger Heart and Dove Wing, like, Dove Wing abandoned her sister and her clan after Ivypool told her not to go back to Tiger Heart, and she did. Like, Bumblewing or Dove Stripe, it was so much better. But her sister told her, like, not to go back to him, and she still did, and then she left to Shadow Clan, and, like, Ivypool did all this stuff for her, and, like, saved her from the Dark Forest, and all these different things, and I was really disappointed that Tiger Wing continued. I did not like that. And that was not the last thing either, as I mentioned. This is the last thing. Tiger Heart dying and coming back to life is just plain weird. Like, really weird. Like, if they wanted him to become leader, why did they make him die and then have him come back to life? Where's the sense in that? It doesn't seem like there is any. Because, I mean, he dies and then he comes back to life as the leader, like as Tiger Star, but... Oh, we've got some singing in the background. That's not related to the video at all. But, anyway... He, like, comes back to life, and then he's Tiger Star. It's just weird. It makes no sense. They should have just kept him alive. So, that was the end of my list, and I beg you guys, please, please do not read this series. And no offense to the Warriors authors. Honestly, I'm not trying to be offending Aaron Hunter, or whoever writes Warriors, you know. But, honestly, you guys could have done way better here. There are so many things here that could have been done much better. So, I don't think you guys should read this series. And yeah, I really don't think you should. So, please don't, unless you want to be disappointed. thank you guys for watching. Hopefully I will come out with some more videos soon. Thank you again, and my face is actually in this video. Yay! Okay, well, bye guys! Hold on, if I can find my camera. Okay.